Hi, I'm Cozy Louise. I'm a variety cozy streamer that just so happens to be in the middle of her Disney Dreamlight Valley kick. I am currently at about 100 hours into the game, so I figured now would be a good time to talk about some likes and dislikes I have. And just a quick disclaimer, these are all my opinions, so if you disagree, that's totally fine. Um, I'd love to hear what you guys think because, everyone has a different play style. Everybody, especially with a game like this, everyone has different focuses and different things that they really like to do. So I'm excited to hear what you guys think too about these things because I have a lot to say about some of this stuff. So, anyway, on with my list about what I like and dislike about Disney Dreamlight Valley. So, I'm going to kind of switch between likes and dislikes, and I'm going to start with a dislike. So, here we go. My first dislike is the energy bar. I know it seems kind of like a really specific and kind of nitpicky thing, but it just seems like it doesn't really serve a purpose, especially because you can just refill your energy by going to your house. Like, I don't ever really bring food with me around out and about, but I'll just go to my house and refill it. Like, it seems like it just feels more like it's from a mobile game where you have an energy bar and you can only use so much in a day, and by the time that the day's it's trying to get you to play every day. But this time it feels like it just doesn't really serve a purpose because it feels almost like it's trying to be Stardew Valley in a sense, where there's an energy bar, and by the time the day is over, you use it up. But in this case, your day cycle is like a literal 24-hour day instead of 14 minutes like in Stardew Valley, which seems like an odd choice. And even in Animal Crossing, which has a similar day cycle to Disney Dreamlight Valley, you can gain more energy, kind of, by eating a fruit so that you can, like, take trees out from their roots, but it's nothing like an energy bar, and it just seems kind of useless to me at least and not very helpful, especially when you're like me and have a pumpkin farm with over 100 pumpkins making you hundreds of thousands of coins. You're trying to get through the whole thing and it just takes a long time because you have to keep going in and out of your house, and I ended up just moving my house next to my pumpkin patch, even though that's probably like my least favorite area in the game. um just so that I can save time not having to prepare food, and just running into the house and coming back. It just isn't more annoying than helpful, I think. Or not helpful, but more annoying than fun. Hi, this is editing Louise here. This I recorded this before they announced that you can sit on a bench and gain more energy. And I just wanted to say something quickly about that. I tried it at like a totally empty energy level, and it takes about like 2 minutes if you're fully leveled, and have the full energy bar to re-level it. And I don't really feel like it changes my opinion at all on that part of the energy bar, but I just wanted to make mention of it here because I didn't know it existed when I recorded this originally. So anyway, I don't think it changes my opinion. I still think it's kind of a waste of time, but well, I still think it's kind of a waste, but I just wanted to mention it. One thing I love about Disney Dreamlight Valley is that you can craft multiples of things. It is so handy, especially when you're doing these quests with like tons of iron, or, when you're trying to make a bunch of stuff preliminary into building something else. You don't have to build one thing over and over and over again, a la Animal Crossing, which is kind of a hassle. When you're making all the fishing bait, it's so annoying. And I'm really glad that we can craft multiples of things. It makes things way easier. Something related to the crafting thing that I don't really love is that you can't cook multiples of the same thing. It seems a little strange to me that you can craft multiples, but you can't cook in multiples. I don't know. And maybe it's just part of making the game a little bit harder, or I don't know. It just seems a little funny to me. And especially because a lot of people will take the stuff that they've gathered and cook meals that will make it even worth more money than the vegetables would be on their own. And so you're cooking a lot of the same thing over and over, and you have to go through the same like animation and the musical cue. And anyway, as someone who's done a lot of cooking of the same thing, it does get a little old having to do the same thing over and over again. Another thing that I really love about this game is that the store changes every day, which seems like a little thing, I think, on the whole, but I really love coming back every day just to see, oh, are they going to have this item of furniture I've seen? Or, oh, I can't wait to see what new stuff comes in the store today. And I love looking online too and seeing what other people get every day. It's been really fun to be like, oh, I want that piece of furniture, or I really need that dress. And I just have to keep checking my store to make sure it's there. And another thing related to that I really love is the furniture sets themselves. I love that they're associated with different movies, and with the different movies that are in the game. You have your Tangled furniture, you have your Frozen furniture, you have your Beauty and the Beast furniture, which seems a little strange since we don't have any characters from Beauty and the Beast in the game yet. But, and that's the same with, the Monsters Inc. stuff and the Wreck-It Ralph stuff. They're all don't have characters represented in the game yet, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. I kind of like that they're there just as like a guess what's coming. It's kind of fun just to see, what characters we might see in the future, even if they haven't necessarily been announced yet. At least at the point that I'm recording this video, they haven't been announced yet. One dislike that I have is with the quests. I find that they ask a ton of the player a lot of the times, and I find myself avoiding them a lot of the time. I'll spend my time, gathering pumpkins for my spending habits, and then I don't want to do the quests because they take a lot of time and a lot of effort for like minimal reward. Like there's that kind of infamous quest that Minnie asks for. Did you know there used to be a rustic clock tower? Is this the quest with all the stuff in it? In the plaza? I'm like so nervous that that's gonna be the quest. It was quite large and elegant, and it helped everyone keep time. Oh my gosh, what is that? Holy crap. I thought I'd be ready. I was like, I've been playing this game for a while. I need more clay. Oh my gosh. And this one is like the most extreme that I can think of, but there's definitely others where it just seems like it's just a lot of work and I don't really want to do it. It feels like work and it's not fun for me anyway. And I know I like the idea of the quest. I like the idea of not just, decorating and buying furniture and stuff, which is a lot of what is the appeal of Animal Crossing. But I like the idea of having quests. They just are ridiculously difficult a lot of times and are not fun for me. Something I really love are all of the characters in Disney Dreamlight Valley. I think it's so fun that they all really do feel like themselves from the films they're in, or at least mostly. And it's fun to get to hang out with them and talk to them, and I think they're just fun. I think my current favorite characters right now are Wally, of course, and then I really love Stitch, which I wasn't really expecting because I've never been a huge Stitch person. Not that I don't like him, it's just, anyway, he's been kind of fine. But in this game, he's just so cute and so fun. And it's just the funniest things. I just love him. And then I also really like Mirabelle. She's been a great addition to the game. She's so fun and just, I love her attitude, and I just love that she dances everywhere. And I love walking by the casita and having it say hello to me. It's just a really fun way to make all the characters unique from each other, the different houses, their different personalities. It's really fun to interact with them. I've really loved having all the characters in the game. And I can't wait to see what other characters they add. Also, something I really enjoy in relation to the characters is that you can level them up, which is kind of a unique feature that as your friendship increases, they give you like different quests and that kind of thing. I just really think it's a fun way to incentivize hanging out with the characters, doing stuff for them. It's just really a fun way to incorporate the Disney characters into the game, I think. This is like really kind of nitpicky, but I am a little sad that Ariel and Ursula, well, Ariel can follow you later, but that Ursula can't follow you anywhere. I love Ursula. She's probably my favorite Disney villain, and it makes me sad that the only times I can talk to her are when she's like in a pond or in water. And like, I get why they did that, but I'm sad that I can't like hang out with her or assign her a task. And it makes getting Eric really difficult because Ursula has to be a level 10 level of friendship for you to unlock the quest that gives you Eric. And I still, as of when I'm shooting this, haven't gotten Eric because I haven't been able to level up Ursula's friendship up to level 10. Another note from me editing Louise. I did get Eric eventually. It just took a really long time, and only 2 days before the new update with Nala and Simba, which seems a little crazy, but I did it. I do have Eric now. And so it just is kind of annoying. And I know it's like a really nitpicky thing, and I can see why they made that choice. I think animating Ursula, like walking around on ground, which she does in her movie, she does do it in her movie. I think animating it would be really tricky. And so I get why they didn't do it, but it just kind of frustrates me and makes me sad. Because I love Ursula. And I love that it's probably one of the last times we'll be able to hear Pat Carroll's performance of Ursula, because she did the voice performance before she passed away. Anyway, I love Ursula, and I wish she could follow us around, but she can't. Something I really love about this game is how frequently and how big the updates are. I love getting new characters. I love getting to see the new Star Path items and earning them. It's so fun to me that we have all this fun stuff happening all the time. It seems like the community is really active, at least from what I see on Twitter and Instagram. I wish that Animal Crossing had something similar, because I feel like that community is really struggling because we just don't have a ton of stuff to work with. We're working with the same stuff we worked with a year and a half ago. But Disney Dreamlight feels active and alive, and things are happening, and it definitely makes playing it way more fun. It makes it feel more worth it having played it up until this point, because there's been new stuff happening all the time. Something that I dislike that probably isn't super controversial, at least from what I've seen online, is the Moonstone store. It's been interesting seeing how they're attempting to monetize Disney Dreamlight Valley post it becoming available without having to buy it. But I feel like the amount of money per item and like quality of item is just not worth it. The only thing I've bought in the store is the cottage, simply because it's very much my style, and I already had enough saved, so I haven't actually bought anything through the Moonstone store with real money. And I know that anything that has some kind of microtransaction is never going to be popular. And that's just kind of the way it is, and the game devs, I'm assuming, are just kind of dealing with it because that's the way it is. And they have to make money somehow, but it feels like it's way overpriced for what you get from it. And maybe some people like the items more than I do, but I haven't found any of the furniture or clothing items to be worth it. And maybe down the line there'll be something that I really want, but by the time we get there, I'll have saved enough moonstones from the game to just spend it on my own. I won't have to have paid for it. I think it'll be interesting to see how that changes. And right now, there's been a lot of duplicates of items, and maybe with as updates come, there'll be more changes. But as of right now, it's mostly the same like 12 items over and over again, which also doesn't bode well, I don't think, because if you really want something, you can just count on it coming back and spend the time earning the moonstones, because you get 50 a day, sometimes 100 if you find another chest, which I have from time to time. But I wonder if they're kind of shooting themselves in the foot with this one. And I don't know how much people are going to be using the store necessarily. And maybe it's been going better than I think it is, but we'll see. Something I'm really loved using is the in-game decorating function. I love how flexible it is. I love that you can move from area to area relatively quickly. So if you're in an area, you can decorate across your valley somewhere else if you have an idea for somewhere over there. It seems pretty easy to use, to me anyway. I love that it works the same in your house as it does outside. And so I don't have to like go to an area to decorate it. I can just use the decorator to get myself there, if that makes sense. I really think it's pretty easy to use, and it feels more like The Sims to me. As I'm saying this as someone who hasn't played a ton of The Sims, but it feels more like The Sims than Animal Crossing, where you have to like go to the area, drop the item that's in your inventory, and then leave. It's really nice to be able to just decorate wherever you want with whatever you have stored anywhere, not even just on your character in your character storage. It's really, really convenient. I'm going to do a couple rapid fire dislikes that I don't have a ton of thoughts on, but I figured I'd hit on in the video anyway. One of them being how long it takes to plant and harvest anything. Like if you plant more than 20 of something, it just takes a long time. I wish there was a way to do lots of it at once. It just takes a long time, and I spend most of my time in the game now just planting and harvesting pumpkins in order to fuel my shopping addiction that I have in this game, which I guess is fine, but it just feels like it's a lot of the same thing over and over again. Another thing that I wish the game had is being able to know if you've already bought an item of furniture at Scrooge's store or not. The way I'll check now is I'll talk to Scrooge and say I want to buy an item of furniture, and look through the furniture and see if the item I'm wanting to buy at the store now is in like my backlog. And it's really annoying to have to check it because I don't remember what I do and don't have. But it would be nice if there was a way. It would be nice if there was a way it would tell you that. Another thing I really like is the music. I think it's fun that each character has its own theme, that each time you go into someone's house, the music changes, and it'll be like something from their movie or something that fits the vibe from their movie. Because Disney has such great music, it only makes sense that they would do this. And it's so fun. And I didn't realize it until I'd been playing for a few months, because I've been playing in streamer mode. And so I just thought that all the music was kind of samey, but you know, obviously there was stuff I wasn't hearing, but I would play on my own with streamer mode off and hear all this fun music, and it would change every time you hung out with a different character. I love that. It's such a fun little detail that I think really adds to kind of the magic of the game. One thing that really has been a struggle for me is the storage. The chests don't hold very much, and you have to have so much stuff at any given time because of the quests requiring that kind of stuff, that you have to hold on to everything. So you have so much stuff that eventually, if you're like me, you create this huge storage room in your house for each item that you collect, because otherwise you're not going to have enough when the quest rolls around, and you're going to have to grind a ton in order to get those iron or stone or anything else like that. It just, the quest requires so many items that we have to hold on to everything. And so we will create, at least for me anyway, I'll create these elaborate storage rooms. And I think the game developers didn't really anticipate this, because the chest sizes were so small initially, and now they've added larger chest sizes, which I haven't really used because they're so expensive to make that I just haven't done it yet. But I am curious to see if that'll change as time goes on, or if they'll keep it that way and everyone's just gonna have elaborate storage rooms that they're gonna use through the game. For now, at least, I'm planning to keep my storage room the way it is and just keep adding to it as I collect more things. My final thing that I want to touch on before I end this video is something that has made the game way more fun and way more worth it to me, and it's you guys. Honestly, the community has been so much fun to interact with. I love interacting on Twitter and seeing what stuff people post from the store, how they decorate, and hearing what people think about the updates, because everyone has a different opinion, and I love that. I love that we're all talking about it and just having fun together and enjoying this game together. It's been so fun to be participating in a game with a really active community, and I just can't thank you guys enough for how fun you've made this game for me. I think if I was playing on my own, I would not have played as much as I have. And it's been so fun to just interact and chat with everyone and learn from other people. There's so many kind of unique aspects to this game that make it a little tricky. And it's been so fun to learn how you guys overcome those things and how you guys have found great ways to make coins and to upgrade character levels and all these kinds of things that have been so fun to learn from you. Anyway, it's just made my gameplay way more fun, and I'm so grateful that I've met all of you all. So that's my list of likes and dislikes from Disney Dreamlight Valley. Thank you for those of you who've made it this far. I want to know what you guys think. Did you agree with some of the things I said? Did I totally skip on something that you have thoughts on? I want to hear it all. And if you want to find me, I'm also on Twitter as Cozy Louise 72. I'm on Instagram, Cozy Louise. I stream Disney Dreamlight fairly regularly on my Twitch at Cozy Louise. And I'd be happy to chat there too. I just want to know what you guys think. So I hope you guys take care of yourselves and have a wonderful rest of your day.